Welcome back to the weekly reading. My name is Sarah Martucci. I'm a psychic medium and certified crystal healer, and I'm here to bring you the free weekly reading. Okay, for those of you that don't follow me on Facebook, sorry I was gone last week. My grandmother passed away, and I wanted to thank you guys for all the outpouring of love, the lighting of candles, just all your well wishes and support. You guys are fucking amazing, so thank you guys for that. Okay, so this is for the week ahead of July 31st through August 6th of 2017. We're still in Leo season, guys, so, you know, the themes of sharing ourselves more generously, really putting taking our talents and putting ourselves on stage so that we can present our best self. We've been working in secret, we've been working behind the scenes, really working on the inner stuff during Cancer season so that when it came to Leo season, we could walk on stage and share what we've been working on, really share our gifts and abilities with the world in any way that we see fit, in any way that works for us. Not every Leo is meant to be on stage in front of the entire world. Some people it's just for a community, some of them it's just for their family. So this season doesn't necessarily indicate that you're going to hit the big time, but it's going to ask you to really present what you have to give to the people that really need it. So whatever group that you're gearing yourself towards, now is the time. I want to say too, with the eclipse season coming up and everything getting intense. No, that's my cat Mattis. See him chilling behind me. I want to remind you guys that the planets don't make us do anything. As much as I'd love to blame my stupid crap on Mercury whenever it goes retrograde, and that's coming up in August, that's gonna be a joy. As much as I'd love to blame all my crap on a planet, it's just the influence that's going on, like the energy going on, and we have the choice whether or not to tap into that and use it in our lives. So just remember that as everything's going on and you're going to be hearing all this wild shit about the eclipse season, just remember that it's the opening of one door and it's a closing of another, and we still get to make the choices that we want in our lives. And I feel like this is my personal feelings, that if we tap into the energy of the season, if we tap into what these themes stand for, it helps us to go with the flow. And that's the whole point, especially for somebody like me that's got severe control issues and I'd like to control everything out of love. Like, I want it to go the best that it possibly can, but it makes it a little difficult to go with the flow and really live my life to the fullest if I can't do that. So I'll stop preaching at you guys. And I will show you guys the cards and what you're really here for. Okay, so if you pick card number 1, this is going to be your card. And you guys are welcome to pick as many cards as you want. You can pick 1, 2, or all 3. Pick what you intuitively are drawn to. And if you'd like card number 2, here's card number 2. Or how about card number 3? All right. Give you guys just a second to kind of decide which ones that you would like. Take your time. All right. So if you chose card number 1, you got the Akashic Records, and here's your beautiful card. Hey, whoa. Is it gonna focus? Come on, phone. You can do it. I believe in you. Ah, there we go. All right. Struggle's real. All right. So with the Akashic Records, this card is in this deck of cards in the Star Child Tarot deck, which was amazing. Obviously, because I use it every freaking week of my life with the weekly readings. It's an awesome deck. If you don't have it, I highly suggest it. I'll even put a link below where you can grab it from. Danielle Noel, the girl that makes these cards, is the sweetest human being alive too. So yeah, buy a deck if you're drawn to it. But with the Akashic Records in this deck, this card really speaks to me whenever it comes up in a reading about a new doorway opening here. Opportunities that are occurring for you because of the work that you've done. Not just out of the blue, not just because it's Tuesday and happy birthday or Merry Christmas, because of the work that you've done. So congratulations, and saying to you that something has already come to a completion. It's almost like you're in this weird waiting period for the next thing to occur. So have patience right now. Really enjoy the downtime, because I kind of want to say with this card, like, once you walk through that doorway, you're not going to have downtime for a little while. So enjoy what you got right now. I want to say too that this card really talks about bringing it back to yourself. Stop looking outside for somebody else to tell you yes or no. Stop looking outside for somebody to guide you. It's time to go within and to really say that. I believe the last line in this card says, you are the one that you've been waiting for. Like, how powerful is that? Fuck yeah. I want to feel like the power's in my hand. I want to feel like I actually have a chance to do something here and really make a difference. So just know that if those are your goals, if that's what you're going for, or maybe this week you're not really sure what your goals are anymore, go within. Ask yourself, really go back in. Stop thinking or listening to what anybody else has to say. And let me be clear with this. Even whenever you go to a psychic, whenever you go to a medium, when you go to friends, when you go to other family members, everybody can give you all the advice that they want. The cards can tell me amazing things for you or terrible things for whatever. Whatever I tell you, you still have to make the choices in your life. And everybody giving you that advice and everybody being here for you, also on the flip side, doesn't have to deal with the consequences or the achievements of what you go through. So just remember that whenever you're making choices. You always have to tap back in with yourself, first and last. Make sure that you're always on par inside. I want to say too with this card, if you notice on it, let's see if we can get it. Okay, so if you see those guys on either side, this is going to talk about balance going forward as well. So really, to take that new opportunity, you need to be in a good balanced place, which is knowing what you want and having the clarity and the focus to get there, as well as some determination. So make sure that you get balance there, both emotionally and physically, or wherever the balance is for you. Really do your best this week to get that in check so that you can move forward. But the Egyptian god To or Thoth, I'm butchered that, sorry. This guy invented writing for the Egyptians. So maybe this week there's a key to that if you're having a hard time kind of seeing a way forward or seeing what you want next or what you want your next opportunity to be, take a minute to write down what it is that you want going forward. Sometimes I don't know what I'm thinking until I write it down, which sounds crazy. But it takes me a while to process stuff. I really like to take my time with things. And writing just kind of helps me to be like, oh, that's how I felt, or oh, well, that's a twist on what I felt before. It really allows me, I don't know, for me personally, it allows me like this freedom to just kind of like spill my guts on paper. And since I'm a visual person, it's almost like I can finally see what I'm feeling. Do you know what I mean? So this week, take a chance if you need to, and write some stuff out, if anything, just to help with your clarity and your focus. But I want to say congratulations, good work, keep moving. Last thing too, this card is associated with the number 22 and a numerology that stands for the master builder. So you're building towards something here. What are you building towards? Get clear. Get focused. And nothing's going to stop you. All right? Okay. All right, and if you pick card number 2, you get the 7 of Cups, and here's a beautiful card. All right. So this is an interesting card for a couple reasons. When cups show up in a reading, they talk about our emotions. Where are we emotionally? Are we really here present? Are we here like the only time that we actually have power over? Or are we stuck in the past, like holding ourselves emotionally to a time that no longer works for us? Or always freaking about the future, like how the heck am I going to handle anything? Not trusting in yourself. Do you know what I mean? This card talks about overindulging, which I do it all the time, so no judge zone here. But overindulging, there's also this feeling with this card of like expecting more of it out of a situation than what can actually occur, expecting maybe more from a person, from what they can give, bigger expectations than what the reality of the situation is. So emotionally, I would say this week, tap in and ask yourself, why am I overindulging? Why am I drinking too much? Why am I doing too many drugs? Why am I only sticking my head in a book and refuse to deal with people? Why am I only watching Netflix and eating queso and chips? You guys don't know me, that's totally me. Just saying, real life here, guys. Why are you doing these things? What are you avoiding emotionally? And it's time to face that thing so that you can fix it, so that you can heal, and know that healing is a big part of this card as well. So know that the healing is possible. It is there for you. I kind of want to say that if you pick this card there, you may have just gone through a really disappointing time, or something may not have worked out the way that you wanted it to. Check what your expectations are and maybe chill for a second. You may be expecting more than, like what I said before, somebody can give. You may be, your expectations are maybe a little too high for the reality of the situation. And I kind of want to say that feeling like you can do anything without realizing what your limitations are. So really spending all of your energy, and then when it comes to the actual project, then you got nothing to give because you spent all of it on the trip there. Do you know what I mean? So pay attention to that. Also too, there's crystals that show up in this card. If you can see them in every single one of the cups there. When crystals show up in a reading, they talk, at least in this deck, they talk about safety and security. What are the things in this world that we need in order to feel safe and secure here? Like a roof over our head, food in our bellies, real world, practical things. Yeah, there's a disconnect between the reality of the situation and then emotionally how you feel. So check in this week. Ask yourself, what the heck is actually going on here? Why are my expectations so high? Or what am I avoiding emotionally, so that you can get back on track? I do want to say though, with this card, if you notice in the background, you see all that water there flowing pretty much from like a sand dune. This desert scene talks about, and there's not much vegetation here at all, it talks about things feeling like they haven't been so fun. It hasn't really felt like a fertile time for you, and really creative. This is saying that you have a deep well. There's deep emotions going on for you right now that you need to deal with, number one. But two, you also have a deep creative well too, and that a good way for you to this week to maybe work through something that you're going through is to get creative about the process. So maybe make jewelry or paint or dance, sing, interpretive dance, and punch clowns. I don't know, guys. I'm just throwing shit out there. Do whatever the fuck makes you happy. I'm not gonna judge you. But make sure that it's creative and that you're really expressing who you are in your soul. I don't know how punching clowns is going to help you, but they freak me out, so I'll look the other way. Whatever. Especially with that It movie coming out. F that noise now. Anyways, I want to say too, if you notice in the card, there's a whole bunch of clouds up in the sky. They keep drawing my attention up to that part of the card. When clouds show up, that talks about air. This talks about thinking, your mental space. These emotions are deeply affecting your emotional space. These expectations that are linked somehow back to unprocessed emotions are affecting the way that you're thinking. So on one hand, I want to tell you to trust yourself, and to trust your instincts, and to trust your psychic gifts and abilities, or your instincts, your GPS. On the other hand, I want to say that your thinking right now is also heavily influenced by the deep emotional, whatever the thing is that you got to deal with. So once you deal with the emotional issue, I would say really work towards trusting yourself again, and trusting what you feel and trusting what you think. And maybe that's the biggest issue that you have to deal with right now. Sometimes trust is the biggest thing. And learning to trust ourselves and our gifts and abilities, or learning to trust our thinking and the first thing that comes into our brain, that takes a while. That's a process. So start to practice and deal with the deep emotional stuff, and know that everything's going to be okay. And that, again, healing is absolutely indicated in this card. Just keep moving, guys, and know it's going to be a good week. Just face the heavy stuff and you'll be okay. All right. And then the third card we picked was the Three of Swords reversed. So when was the last time you guys ever saw a reverse card on here? Like, never. Which I think is funny because I keep all my cards upright. So anytime a card comes flipped upside down, this card fucking meant it. So here's the Three of Swords reversed. Here's your beautiful card if you picked a card number 3. Come on, focus. There we go. All right. So normally if this was right side up, this would talk about like this is an ominous card talking about deep-seated pain. You got to deal with some shit. But the Three of Swords reverse talks about you emerging from a deep, dark time, and asking you, what did you learn from this space? Now is the time to now is the time to really truly take your healing seriously. And I want to say that there's going to be an emotional and a physical or mental connection here. Again, kind of like card 2. Really pay attention to how your emotions have affected your health, your actual health. You may just be even coming out of an illness. So just know that there's some kind of emotional connection to the physical or the mental for you. I want to say too with this card, this to me, when it's upside down, this is also a card of hope. So don't lose hope. Even though things have been really difficult lately, know that it's going to be okay going forward and that you've emerged from the worst part of it. There is a light at the end of the tunnel is what I want to say. So hold on tight, know that everything's going to be okay, and remember that the power is in your hands. And go get the help that you deserve and that you need. If you need to go talk to a grief counselor, something I'm personally doing after my grandma died, like, I got to, guys. I got to have that support. I can't do this all by myself or just expect my poor husband to hold me while I fall to bits and pieces, you know? Like, you got to go get the help and the support that you deserve. So just make sure that you do that this week. And good job working through this time. Good job facing the deep-seated stuff that was going on for you. Good job healing, and keep up your healing work. And especially if this is there's like a physical connection, like you've actually been health-wise sick, you should be finding a cure or finding a good doctor that's going to help you with this. You're emerging for the dark period. So just know that everything's going to get better. And yeah, just keep trusting in the process and keep doing the work that you're doing, and don't give up, okay? Good job, you guys. All right. And then the stone this week that I chose I thought was pretty appropriate, especially leading up to this freaking eclipse season. Smoky rutilated quartz. You don't see that too often. So let's see if it'll focus in. Come on, camera. There we go. So you can kind of see some of that, see a little bit of the gold flash through there. I think it's really, yeah, look at that. It's so cool. So rutilated quartz, regular rutilated quartz would be white with those golden rods going through there. And quartz amplifies anything it's freaking with. The rutile in it, that golden rutile, talks about, think of it like the sun. It's energy, vitality, like really boosting up like your metabolism and getting you moving, and it's making all the connections in your brain faster. Everything's moving at a higher rate. So if you're somebody that's maybe a little slow or maybe like a little lazy like me, rutilated quartz will help you get a little pep in your step and get you moving. With the smoky quartz, instead of the clear quartz too, it still amplifies that with the rutile, but with the smoky aspect, there's a deep protection with it. And grounding as well. So it's kind of taking all this wild, crazy energy, all this awesome, good, like, let's make things happen energy, and physically helping you to make a reality, or taking that energy and helping you to funnel it into something realistic, instead of just being a lunatic running around like, woo, I had 13 cups of coffee, yeah, you know, like, this is more of like, okay, let's focus this crazy energy and really channel it into something good. So I thought that would help us this week in terms of what everybody's going through, help us to feel a little more protected and safe too, because sometimes, and then if you've had low energy, say if you've been coming out of a health concern, somebody for you has died in the family, or a close friend, I don't know, things have maybe just been a little low like the past week or two, this is going to give you some high, happy energy and kind of like reintroduce some faster moving energy into your life, so maybe you can get some shit done. And yeah, I'll add a link to down below. I'll also add a link on my Facebook page if you'd like to go in deeper to that stone meaning, and my blog page. So feel free to follow me any of those places. And yeah, if you want to this week, just grab a little chunk of this, make sure that it's larger than a quarter in size, and just carry it on your person. And even if you don't believe in the metaphysical properties of the stone, let it serve as a physical reminder that you've got this, that you've got good energy backing you up, good health, vitality is with you, and that you're safe from anything that can harm you, and that you can channel this energy into whatever you want. You got this, guys. And remember, this is your week. Make it an amazing one. Thank you, you guys, and I will see you next week. Have a good one.